Criminal Minds is a show about the BAU, the Behavioral Analysis Unit, a team of FBI agents who use psychology, surveillance, and whitesplaining.
What's all this? Dia de los Muertos.
Day of the Dead, 3-day Latin holiday where souls of dead relatives are said to return to Earth to enjoy the pleasures that they once knew of.
To police particularly violent, heinous, sexually deviant criminals, keeping the average heterosexual white families of the USA super safe and super straight. But don't worry, girls, gays, and theys. These cops aren't bastards. They're homoerotic. So many villains of the week, or unsubs, are white men that it's a meme.
So, we're looking for a small, angry white guy with a day job?
But white heteropatriarchy is not on trial here, and definitely not the state's role in it. No, these expressions of masculinity are insufficient, deviant, other, impotent, disabled.
I can do it. It works.
Mentally ill, emasculated by their wives, whose portrayal too is suspect. This problem of masculinity is not systemic, but a breakdown in the normal American family. Bad apples that disrupt the status quo that the police are here to maintain.
We may not talk to you, but we talk to each other.
Well, now you must tell us your stories. Every detail. Because the cycle does not end until this man is stopped.
The most deviant of all are those unsubs that break from expectations of masculinity entirely.
Look at these. Dresses. They've been altered.
Cross-dresser. Looks like I'm buying lunch.
Criminal Minds lampshades that these gender-bender unsubs are not trans women.
Men dressing like women, it's a manifestation of sexual preference. It is a lifestyle. It does not imply a psychology of violent behavior.
But they embody the whole playbook of transphobic tropes, like seducing men into bed and sexually assaulting them using feminine gender expression to deceive.
He put Adam in dresses. He beat him.
He touched him.
The BAU's Dr. Spencer Reed is confident that this unsub's trans feminine personality is inauthentic, a dissociative mental illness that developed as a coping mechanism for childhood sexual abuse.
What if she is really a he in women's clothing?
Another sexually violent unsub also uses femininity as disguise.
And that's when I saw he was wearing a dress. A dress. I couldn't believe it. I laughed in his face. I called him a pathetic woman.
And notably, is profiled to prey on women in bathrooms.
You might just like following women around or peeking into women's bathrooms, that sort of thing.
That trans femininity is deceptive, confused, mentally ill, and sexually violent are damaging stereotypes that pervade Criminal Minds. The underlying trans misogyny reflects a larger trend of pathologization and criminalization of masculinities which are feminine or queer.
He pretended to be a woman. Now he doesn't have to pretend.
There are also killer gays.
Well, they all thought that they could rape us straight. I think it's time we see if it works the other way around.
Gay men who are pedophiles, disfigured, kinky.
I would prefer to go bareback.
Or just plain sexually deviant.
A submissive, troubled gay man.
Two recurring unsubs are gay-coded and symbolically sexually assault Unit Chief Aaron Hotchner.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
And don't forget the psycho lesbians.
We gotta go, baby.
About 1 out of every 16 unsubs are explicitly queer, and many more are queer-coded, or deviate from what the show considers normal gender roles.
Hung me from a tree, cut me.
Queerness becomes shorthand for evil. The sexual deviance of unsubs is framed as just as shocking, if not more so, than the violence.
We found lipstick in your hand when we caught you.
You will not tell anyone that.
Excuse
I said you can never say that. Do
You
you
didn't visit
understand?
the corpses?
No.
No, you just killed it.
Yes. Yes, I killed him.
The series would have you believe that law enforcement is hugely effective in these areas, protecting white suburban families from racialized, mad, queer others.
Sorry, I'm late.
I hope she was worth it.
I hope it was a she.
But Criminal Minds wants you to know it is not homophobic, and actually the FBI says gay rights.
So what? You thought you could beat homosexuality out of him?
I don't like your tone.
Threatening this boy with tactics you use on hardened criminals? Threatening him with his own life?
I was teaching him how to be a man.
No, you were teaching him how to kill one.
I'm an abomination.
No, you're not.
In fact, the BAU preaches for the gays. They protect the gays. They give the gays a little fan service as a treat.
But he has really good abs.
No, really, non-criminal queer people exist in Criminal Minds. Well, ones that die. Or appear in very weird single scenes to make the straights uncomfortable.
Who's that?
Mr. Smith?
Oh.
Broke up with her. No more necklace.
Yeah, I kind of want to date someone else.
What's her name?
Brian.
Oh. Well, that's a pretty good reason. She take it all right?
Yeah. Yeah, other than telling me that homosexuality is a sin and that I'm going to incur the wrath of God.
Wrath of God.
If I weren't a lesbian, I'd jump your bones.
Thank you. Madame Bouvier, I presume?
Mm-hmm. The one and only. Just put on some tea. You want a cup?
No, thank you.
Suit yourself. Wait here. I got what you came for.
Okay, Madame Bouvier is glorious, and honestly kept me going through 15 seasons. But a gay in the main cast? Well, there's Supervisory Special Agent Emily Prentice, a lesbian who loves her girlfriend, Supervisory Special Agent Jennifer J.J. Giroux. Couple name Gemily. Oh wait. Nope. Or Dr. Spencer Reed, confirmed bisexual. The queer fandom goes crazy for him.
The best thing about Halloween, you can be anyone you want to be.
And Supervisory Special Agent Derek Morgan totally has a crush on him.
Pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
Hey, pretty boy.
Bring it, pretty boy. I'll be waiting for you.
I'll be there.
I love you, kid.
Love you.
Except definitely BAU analyst Penelope Garcia, right? I mean... Aw, shoot. One of the shortest-lived agents, Kate Callahan, is introduced as bisexual.
You've always been into pretty things, so it makes sense that I'd be into girls, right?
That is hot.
Oh yeah, she's just undercover and using bisexuality to convince a pedophile she wants to see his child porn. Welp.
Not until you show me. We had a deal.
All right, then. Pretty thing.
Maybe Unit Chief Aaron Hotchner? Wait, no. He's the straightest of them all. The fandom is not just grasping at straws with these queer readings. Creator Jeff Davis's vision and Matthew Gray Gubler's performance imbues Reed with a definite air of neuroqueer energy.
I'm kidding.
Recently, I've been studying up on fungi for no other reason than I love yeast and molds. I think it's because I can relate to them.
The women on the cast were flirty enough with each other to give any lesbian hope. And the production team gave enough winks and nods to string along Gemily shippers all the way through the bitter G'd end.
And I screamed, they're gonna do that now? Now? I mean, she has loved her for years.
But the marketing and subtext that baits queer audiences can also serve as a springboard for queer fandom to make it their own. And oh boy, we have. Nonetheless, Criminal Minds is far from a representation win for the queer community. On some level, Criminal Minds knows that queer people, and especially queer people of color, are policed unfairly, but it still defends policing.
Know what?
When you're homosexual.
A couple of minor arrests, one for marijuana possession, one for lewd behavior, which I'm guessing is code for gay in Texas.
It knows there's racial and sexual violence in prisons, and that it's worse for queer people.
The other inmates find out that he is gay, he will be killed.
But still pushes for carceral solutions.
Is that legal?
Of course not. We'll both go to prison and you'll be someone's bitch.
Really?
Dr. Reed has a hard time in prison for a crime he didn't commit, but there's no structural critique.
How's prison? Did you like it?
No.
It's not fun, is it?
Unlike you, I didn't deserve to be there.
Check out my video on police violence in Criminal Minds, or the brilliant Fab Socialism, who talks about its propaganda if you want a deeper dive. But suffice to say, the queerness that isn't criminalized seems geared toward a white queer audience that can believe the system has their interests at heart, a fantasy that isn't possible for everyone. I'm unsatisfied with content that might maybe include the right type of queer, and only as long as they sign on for other queer people to be caught in the crossfire of a dangerous system. I want stories that empower the abolitionist work striving to bring queer liberation for all. It's 2022, and I want more.